You know, one of the most interesting things about left wing ideologies is how they always end up going after the people that they purport to defend.
Via the Sun UK edition, assault rant mom of four who branded man who attacked her a slur starting in F and ending in T and rant to friend is convicted of hate crime. Elizabeth Kinney sent a barrage of messages to describe how a mutual male acquaintance had attacked her. The care home worker 34 also shared pictures of her injuries from the alleged assault, which resulted in her being admitted to hospital. But she was reported to police over the use of the word FAGGOT to describe the alleged attacker and was charged with malicious communications offenses. Kinney has now pleaded guilty to causing to be sent by public communication network an offense, indecent, obscene, or menacing messages. She insisted her words were a thoughtless rant and that she was not attacking anyone's sexuality, but JP said her remark was homophobic. Kinney was handed a 12-month community order with requirements that she undertake 72 hours of unpaid work and 10 rehabilitation activity days. She was also made to pay 364 euro, I believe, in cost and surcharge at Sefton Magistrates Court. None of the messages or context were fully read out in court, and it is believed nobody has been arrested or charged over the assault. Jacqueline Whitting, prosecutor, said the defendant and the victim in this matter had been friends but had a falling out, which resulted in an incident on the 27th October 2024, whereby abusive and homophobic text messages were sent to the victim, causing her alarm and distress. The Crown placed this offense in the highest category of its type due to the effect related to sexual orientation and the greater harm because it had moderate impact. In mitigation, Kinney's lawyer Simon Simmons said that the mum was simply upset about what happened to her. He added, "It all sounds ridiculous and childish, and she is quite embarrassed to read them in the cold light of day." Though she used the words FAGGOT, they were not being used against a person's sexuality. They were simply words used without any thought to get it off her chest. There was no planning, no targeting, just a response to something that has happened to her, getting something off her chest. Miss Simmons also told the court Kinney has worked in a care home for 16 years and dreams of being a nurse. Sentencing J.P. Robert Waig said the sentence has been uplifted because of the homophobic content. We accept that it may have been made in a rant, but nevertheless they were made.
Make no mistake, this is not a bug, this is a feature of leftism. It has happened time and time again, over and over again, from the Soviets to the Chinese. Those people that helped to win the revolution are always turned upon, imprisoned, or slaughtered. And here we have yet another example in the continuation of failed ideology and policy. We have here a woman under a supposedly liberal government who was attacked by a man. And in response to that attack, she ranted to a friend, presumably in confidence, because she used a slur, a homosexual slur, not even directly to the man, but in reference to the man, while ranting about the physical assault she suffered to another individual, a third party. The third party reported her. And she has been charged with a crime, not only charged with a crime, but convicted of said crime. Punitive measures are being taken against her for using a word. And not using that word while she was in the commission of an assault or robbery or some other crime, but while lamenting the fact that a violent assault was committed against her. The believe all women, protect all women, feminist, liberal left is taking criminal punitive damage against women when they are attacked and they speak wrong about the attacker. Just take a second to let that settle into your mind. And as far as this article states, they're aware of no arrests. of the man that actually caused physical harm to this woman. But she is most certainly being held accountable for causing emotional distress for using a word, not a threat, but a slur in reference to somebody. This is exactly what the left here in the United States wants. It's not about protecting people, it is about eliminating your right to speak. The policing of words as a more serious offense than the policing of violent action against individuals, as I said, is not a bug, it is a feature. And make no mistake, this is exactly what the neoliberal left here in America, what the fascistic Antifa left, extremist terrorist organizations, this is exactly the type of policy that will be implemented should they ever be allowed to gain power in this country. Just imagine being jailed for words, not direct threats, not calls to violence, but simply for words. Imagine that. Imagine being victimized by somebody and then speaking illy of them and being charged and prosecuted and punished for speaking ill of your attacker. Because that is the state of the nation in the UK now, today, here in 2025. Do you want that to come to America? Because I don't. Another thing, and I can't believe I glossed over this, but I cannot overstate how utterly disturbing it is that the person that she was venting to is actually the one that turned her in. This is literally the behavior that we see under authoritarian regimes and secret police states. You know, it is literally the most Orwellian aspect of this, or the deepest part of Orwellian fears. That you are not safe speaking to anyone. You are unsafe expressing your thoughts to anyone. The idea that you must maintain silence and constant censorship over oneself for fear that should you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, you will be held accountable for it. This is the elimination of not only free speech, but free thought. And if you think that that is an overstatement right there, I strongly suggest that you go read 1984 and then you read the essays and studies on that book that have been produced over the last, 70, 80 odd years. Because language, speech, and thought are inherently linked, and the limitation of speech does in fact limit your ability of thought. It's time to wake up, people. It's time to take it serious. The barbarians are here. The neoliberal communists are here. The fascists are here. And they are working tirelessly to subjugate liberty in the world. And America is the last stand. If they topple freedom here, they topple freedom globally. Stand up. Hey, so it seems like these social media companies aren't too fond of my particular opinions. And it seems pretty apparent that they are trying to minimize my outreach. So if you like the content, hit the follow button, check back in daily because I'm posting almost every day. I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.